So here we are up on the 5th floor of the Dartmouth General, which actually will be the future site of a 48 inpatient unit, which will help serve the needs of Nova Scotians.
That's correct. And building a hospital and renovating it at the same time is one of the most complex projects you can think of. It's really three distinct phases that we go through. One is planning, so that we know what services are coming in. Design, where we put it all together. And then construction, where we actually build the project.
So in terms of planning a project this size within Nova Scotia, it requires us to really consult with a large number of people, and that would be consulting with our staff, families, patients, and the community at large. And you start to look at the data that you have available.
There's a massive effort at the front end to plan the actual way that it's going to be constructed and what's needed. These all have impacts on what we're actually building, what equipment we need, and so on. That's where experts come in who have done master planning before of hospital projects, because you want somebody who knows what they're doing, who's very specifically trained to look at these problems and find the solutions.
So then you start to take that planning work and then you move into the design phase.
The design moves through what's called a schematic or concept. We look at the entire site. We are connecting to the power system. We're connecting to the telephone system, the data system, the sewer system. All of those stakeholders have input, and then the architects and the architects team then go about designing the concept.
We would then look at what the cost of the project is and compare it to what money we have available to us, and then there may be some adjustments that may be required in the project as we move forward.
After we finish with the concept and we know the direction we're headed, then we design the building down to the little details, from the type of ventilation system we're using to the type of light switch on the wall. We actually mock up test rooms to see if people can get around the bed, can service this piece of machinery, can access where they need to access in order to serve the public well. Once the construction documents are done, then we'll be hiring a construction manager to hire the tradespeople, the excavators on site. A hospital has many different services that a hotel room wouldn't have. It has nurse call stations, emergency intercom systems. Then you get into medical gases such as oxygen and a vacuum tube at each bedside. All these services and pipes and wires and connectors going every which way.
There's a number of approval processes that we need to go through. We need to know that we meet the fire code regulations for a hospital, that all of our medical equipment is working safely. You need to test things like your generator to ensure that the backup power is available to your hospital. You'd be testing your OR tables, all your X-ray, CAT scanners, etc. are all up and functioning appropriately before we would ever be moving into those areas.
The design of a hospital, being so complex, requires a lot of thought into each section of the process. We have plenty of things to think about. It's very complex.